Did I mess up by buying my 2-year-old daughter a Peppa the Pig piñata for her birthday? This well-meaning gesture turned into tragedy happened today. Like many toddlers, my kid loves that horrible little creature called Peppa. While I was shopping for birthday supplies this week, I saw a Peppa piñata and instantly thought two things. The kid is going to love this, and I'm going to love seeing Peppa get deleted with a stick. She saw it a couple of times during the week, and each time she was like, "Peppa, hi Peppa, that's Peppa." So I knew without a shadow of doubt I had made the right choice. Cue the main event. In one corner we have Peppa, and in the other corner we have 15 older kids jacked up on cupcakes and soda. They don't care about Peppa, they only care about getting their necks fixed, and they know that fix is inside the paper piglet. My wife is holding up my daughter and I'm standing beside them. The first kid steps up and the adults are cheering and the kids are hyped. 3 swings and 3 misses. The families are laughing and cheering as the next kid steps up. First swing, miss. No issues yet. Second swing, some light contact is made, and this is where it goes downhill. I look over and see visible concern on my daughter's face. Third swing, contact. Full on twack. The parents cheer and the kids are now at a near fever pitch of excitement. Except for one. The one whose birthday we're here to celebrate. She bursts into tears and I look at my wife in that moment and we both realize we fucked up. She's 2. She doesn't know what the heck a piñata is. This is her first time seeing one. What she is seeing is her favorite cartoon character getting beat down by her cousins. Babe, maybe you should take her inside. I don't think this is going to end the way we thought it was going to. Yeah, you're right. That should be the end of the story, right? A lesson learned on what not to do next time. Nope. My wife needed to use the bathroom, so my daughter was wandering around the living room. My mom, who was in the upstairs bathroom, comes downstairs and saw my daughter and the excitement going on outside and scooped her up and brought her back outside. I'm on the other side of the yard as I see my mom come out with my daughter and I start walking towards them. Too late. She stops at the end of the deck, giving my daughter an unobstructed view of what happened next. The kill shot. One of the older kids let loose a thunderous haymaker and explodes Peppa. The parents cheer and the kids lose their mind. They're fighting each other for candy over the corpse of Peppa. My kid unfortunately lost her goddamn mind. Full on ugly cry while muttering, "Peppa, Peppa, Peppa," in between sobs. Thankfully, kids that age have short memories, but it took her a good 45 minutes to fully settle down from watching the murder of her beloved Peppa.
Nail-biting facts that you'll wish you never knew. You sweat on average 26 gallons in bed per year. If you convert 26 gallons into pounds, that's equivalent to 216.9 pounds a year you're just losing from sweating. Some tumors can have teeth, muscle, hair, and bone. It's called teratoma, and the most common place to get it is right in your testicles. Be careful with that one. Disneyland is filled with nothing but dead human remains. Thousands of families every year sprinkle their loved ones' ashes all over the rides. Apparently, it's such a big issue that staff is well aware of this going on. The dirtiest part of your house is actually the sink. In fact, sinks contain more poop than an actual toilet seat. So just because someone washes their hands doesn't mean they're always clean. In just 7 hours, elephants poop enough to outweigh an adult human. And for the last one, if a koala bear ever pees on you, you need to go get tested for STDs. That's because koala bear's pee contains chlamydia. This is why you should always sleep with a lamp on. A woman named Katie drove home from a long day of work. She puts her keys down and begins cooking dinner. She sits down, eats her dinner, and begins watching a late night TV show. She watches the show for a few hours, realizes what time it is, and begins to go to bed. She walks through the hallway and turns her light off. She feels like she just saw something behind her and turns the lights back on. She realizes something is there, goes into her room, and immediately gets under the covers. Her lights start flashing, and then it gets quiet. She peeks her head outside from the covers. Send this video to a friend to see if they can make it all the way to the end. If you guys want to see more stories like this, make sure to like and follow. Serious TikTok videos Part 1. TikTok user Noah.VQ works as a security guard when he captured something on camera. He said he heard a noise coming from some of the hallway, so he picked up his phone and started recording. That's when he saw a bunch of empty rooms and began to hear noises. As he's recording a bunch of these empty rooms, he comes across one room where he thinks he saw something. Take a look at the video.
Alright guys, I'm up. the empty floors. I was hearing some noise coming up right now. It's kind of freaking me out, so I'm gonna be filming a little bit, seeing some shit. Seeing some shit. What the
Make sure to like and follow if you guys want to see a part 2 to this, and let me know what you thought of this video. Do you guys think this video is real or fake? Alright, I'll see you guys later. This is why you should always know a preacher. A man named Jack went to church on Sunday. He sat next to the preacher and said that he needed to talk. The preacher asked what's wrong, and Jack says, I just can't do this anymore. The preacher says, can't do what anymore? Jack says, deal with my ex-wife. She's driving me crazy. The preacher says, what is she doing that's causing you to feel this way? Jack says, she's driving me insane. She's trying to take my kids away, and I can't let her do that. The preacher says, I understand, but you need to do things the legal way. There's not much I can do for you other than pray. Jack stops and looks at the preacher for a second. Jack says, lawyers can't help me, Father. The preacher says, why not? Jack says, my ex-wife is dead. I need an exorcist. If you guys want to see more stories like this, make sure to like and follow.
This is Messed Up Stuff I've Seen at Hippie Gatherings, Part 1. I grew up in what some would call an alternative household. When I was a kid, my parents would sometimes take me to this place called the Rainbow Gathering. They're all over, but we would always go to the one in Florida. And honestly, it's probably exactly what you'd expect from any place called a Rainbow Gathering. I didn't care for any of that, but my best friend also went, so I was always happy anyway. So one time we're all sitting in this big circle. They were serving us this weird stew, and I look up to see this random dude running for the fire. He jumped over it and cleared it like a gazelle. It was actually really impressive. But then he just disappeared over the other side, and no one saw him for a few minutes, until we heard the blood-curdling scream. When they yanked him out, he was yelling, my toes off! And indeed it was. They wheeled him away in a wagon down this old path into the woods. He was screaming the whole time. It was really messed up. The weirdest part is that everyone around me kind of just kept eating. I thought he went to the hospital, but my friend saw him later that day with a rag around his toe. This is why you should trust your intuition. A while back, my friends and I were going to the store. As we walked up, this older man opened the door for us. So, of course, we walked in and said thank you. He didn't really respond. He just stared at us. But we went inside and started looking at the nail polish, and noticed him again just at the end of the aisle, watching. Eventually, he left us alone, and we went and checked out. As we were leaving, though, I got the feeling that I should look behind us. And when I did, there he was, waiting. So I went, guys, I think we're being followed. I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm very paranoid. My friends were kind of just like, okay, but they still sped up. When we checked again, he was jogging towards us. It'd be so cool if we were superheroes and had this badass pose ready, full catchphrase for each of us, awesome theme music, but sadly, we're not in the Marvel Universe. Instead, we hopped in our car and locked the doors. And when I checked behind me to see if he was still there, he was standing right against our back window. I flicked him off as we drove away. Maybe I've just seen too much true crime, but people are scary. Always trust yourself, you never know. I found this post on Tumblr years ago and I never stopped thinking about it. This girl goes to her manager and she's like, hey Teresa, could I pick up another shift this evening? And Teresa goes, oh no, we don't work after 9. That's reserved for the night shift. Dun dun dun. I just think this would be so hilarious. Like the greeter goes, welcome in! And the vampire employee waiting outside goes, thank you. Someone goes to grab their 2% milk, and it's the last one, and there's just eyes waiting for them, going, restock time. A woman is looking at a new purse on herself in the mirror, and just hears a voice behind her go, can I help you find something? Every once in a while, an angry Karen shows up, going, I need your manager now! And then she sort of just disappears one day. I mean, the possibilities here are endless. I love this idea.